Shalom, shalom. First off, we give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the true name of your Father, Yahushai being the name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. And give double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, taught us the truth and will well, such as your flippers in truth and honesty, sincerity. But Yahweh, because you know the spirit about Yahweh, Yahushai, and this lesson is done through the Spirit. The inspiration for this lesson is the things that's happening amongst the camps, especially with the Great Millstone, those that are teaching the correct doctrine. There is a lot of sifting going on. You know, brothers is hearing a lot about members having to leave, or people quitting, or you know, getting kicked out. You know, different behaviors that is not of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay, and it's all through the Spirit, because you know, the Lord told us that these things would happen as far as a sifting process. All right, this is the book, and I'm not saying that everybody you know, necessarily it's about titles. It's really about teaching the doctrine correctly and being part of the body. And you got some people that are proving themselves to not be of that body, period. This is the book of Amos 9:9. It says, "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth." Okay, meaning the Lord is going to handpick a few people that are going to be a part of his ministry and teach the word, and ultimately be saved and delivered. And to be called a prophet, it's even a heavier sifting process that's going to happen. So I have a few scriptures I'm going to bring out for those of you that are wondering, you know, why this happening, or why is this happening to this brother or whatever. You know, you can use this as guidance to know, you know, who should really be a part of this thing as far as your inner circles in this truth, and who shouldn't. There's certain characteristics and attributes that are portrayed that are warning signs that the Lord gives us in the scriptures. Okay, so we can go into it. It's the book of Matthew 18, verse 6. It says, "But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanging about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Woe unto the world because of offenses, for it must need be that offenses come, but woe unto that man by whom the offense cometh." You know, so you don't want to strike number one. You don't want to offend the body. Okay, meaning everyone, the vast majority of your camp or the congregation. You don't want to offend them. You know, but it does say that offenses will come, must become. But it says, woe, meaning destruction to him that causes the offense. And there's certain steps and counsels, which we'll get within the scriptures, what to do to address certain offenses or problems. And if you don't take heed to 2 or 3 that are gathered together with you to warn you of that, then you'll be counted as a heathen man or publican. All right. It says, "Wherefore, if thy hand or thy foot offend thee, cut them off and cast them from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life halt or maimed, rather than to having 2 hands or feet to be cast into everlasting fire." Okay, so you got to be ready to cut off those that cause serious offenses, okay, which basically break the law, statutes, or commandments, or break the order of the ministry. Verse 9, "And if thine eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life with 1 eye, rather than having 2 eyes to be cast into hellfire. Take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones, for I say unto you, that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven. For the Son of Man is to come to save that which is lost." And who are the little ones? The little ones goes into the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. All right, so you don't want to despise the hopeful elect And you don't know if the brother that you're laboring with could be a potential hopeful elect brother, man. So don't cause offense. Okay? It says, verse 12, how think ye, if a man have 100 sheep, and one of them be gone astray, doth he not leave the 99 and goeth into the mountains and seeketh which is gone astray? And if it so be he find it, verily I say unto you, he rejoiceth more of that sheep than of the 99 which went not astray. Even so it was the will of your Father which is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish. All right, so the goal is to try to keep everyone that is a hopeful elect in the ministry. Okay, you don't want to cause offense and cause someone to go off, or if someone is going off, we try to establish the order and give correction, such as that sheep that went astray, because the Lord cares about that. So if you got brothers that are coming to you with a problem, you should listen to that problem. Listen to the things the brothers are saying. Don't continue to be a dumb sheep and continue to run off until you get ate up by a wolf. And the wolf in this truth is the world. And you fall out. Okay? And you become just like the average person, the average nigga in society that's going to eat a missile. You don't want to be that. All right? Verse 15. Here we go. Here's the order and correction to try to get someone back on track, especially if you got a problem with someone individually. Verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. So, if a brother did something wrong to you, or maybe it's a miscommunication to where you took it as that he did something wrong to you, go and tell him personally. Okay? In private. Alone. It says, if he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. Okay? Meaning you can come to some type of resolution, some type of resolve. And you both say, hey, it was a misunderstanding, Salakia, I mean to cause it this way, blah, blah, blah. And you dap it up and you're good. You gain a brother. But, if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. So maybe he's just not getting you where you're coming from. You might need someone else to explain it better. Go get some backup. A couple more brothers. Hey, you did this. They may be able to say it in a different way to get through to the brother. Hey, what you did is wrong. I agree with what this brother is saying. You need to do it this way, X, Y, Z. Do you understand where he's coming from? And then maybe the brother might say, okay, all right, I got you. Okay, I understand now, Salakia. And you're good. Okay? That's what that every word may be established. Verse 17. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it to the church. So, got a couple brothers there. He still ain't getting it. Still not getting it from them. Still not getting it. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm good. No, I don't agree with y'all saying. Y'all the ones that's off. Y'all the ones going off. Y'all the wicked niggas. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start my own camp. Fuck y'all niggas. Type shit. Okay? You neglect to hear them. And then it says, tell it to the church. Alright, so at this point, alright, it goes up to, the head of the camp. And the whole congregation got to get together and have a council. Alright? And they all counsel you on the issue that you're not getting and you're not fixing. It says, but if you neglect to hear the church, so everybody in the camp said, hey, look, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're going off, you did this, you did that, then they may say you need to be suspended for a little bit. They may say you need to go push on your own for a while. And that's what you got to do. Okay? And that's what you got to do. It says, but if you neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as a heathen man and a publican. So if you still don't listen to the whole church, the whole camp, he's out of there. It's out of there, man. Okay? So that's the order right there. You gotta abide by that because we gotta make sure we're all one body and on point, and we don't have any offenses. You know, we need both the left hand and the right hand, and the left foot and the right foot. We don't want none of those limbs fucking up on us, man, and having a damn seizure, and you got half the body not working. It's very easy to happen. It's the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, and so like, hold on, my internet, it's messing up, man. Wisdom of Solomon 1 verse 11 says, therefore beware of murmuring, which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting. For there is no word so secret that shall go forth not, in the mouth that belieth slayeth the soul. Alright, so don't be doing murmuring, talking about people, backbiting. What is murmuring? What is backbiting? Let's get the definition of that. Alright, so this is the definition for backbiting. It says malicious talk about someone who is not present. Alright, so talking shit about brothers, man. Everyone has a right to be upset if something happened, you know, and you didn't necessarily agree with it. That can happen, you know. Some cases, brothers might be actually doing some fuck shit, you know. But what do we read in Matthew 18? What's the order? You go and tell that brother that's fault alone. Okay? Confront him. Be a man. Confront first. Once you confront the brother and say, hey, look, you know, this is what it was. This is what I did. This is how I felt about it. The brother will give you a side of the story. No, I didn't mean it that way. Or, you know, Salaki, you know what, I did mess up. I'm wrong for that. And you get it fixed. There's no need to take it further. Okay? But to take something some our brother did and then you hold on to it and you don't even give him the chance to get it rectified, you're not being a brother, man. You can't call yourself as being a brother or call that man your brother if you don't even give him the type of gratitude or respect to have an answer for what you're talking about, what happened. All right. It says malicious talk. What is malicious? Intended or intended to do harm. Harmful talk. There was an account that I heard about. Someone did. That wasn't the truth. That was going from camp to camp, state to state. And doing that very thing. Backbiting. Malicious talk. Backbiting. Alright, and when we go in further, we go back to the precept, Wisdom of Solomon. Beware of murmuring, which is unprofitable. Refrain your tongue from backbiting. And what is murmuring? Okay. Soft, low, and indistinct sound produced by a person or group speaking quietly at a distance. So basically, talking secretly about somebody else, whispering about, hey, you know that brother, man, that nigga's off, man. You know, he was doing this and that. He's a bitch. You know, doing shit like that, man. That's murmuring. It's unprofitable. These are traits, these are warning signs that you gotta pick up on if you see brothers doing. It says, for there is no word so secret that shall go forth not, in the mouth that believeth slayeth the soul. So there you go, man. That's one characteristic of a brother that's not considered a brother if they're doing these things, man. Another one says, seek not death in the air of your life, and pull not upon yourselves destruction with the works of your hands. All right, so that's another one, man. Making sure don't let your sins weigh you down. All right, don't be in such a sorrowful spirit all the time. Woe is me. the world sucks type spirit. You're catching it worse than everybody else. No one knows what you're going through type spirit. Okay? We got more though. Gets better. Alright, this is the book of 2 Peter 2. And then we're going to start it here. Alright. This is the book of 2 Peter 2 and 7. It says, "And delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vex his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation, and reserve the unjust to the day of judgment to be punished. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness, and despise government. Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities." Okay, so this is talking about negative people. More warning signs of where you want to stay away from. They walk too much after the flesh and the lust of uncleanness. Okay, operate off their feelings, and then and act upon their feelings instead of taking back and thinking about their actions before they do it. Constantly getting in trouble. You know, maybe constantly getting in fights at the bars and shit, man. In and out of jail. That's walking after the flesh and the lust of uncleanness. Despise government, despise order, correction, laws, rules, and regulations. We gotta obey the law of the land right now. We're in captivity. I'm not telling you that it's okay for you to go take the damn fruit punch and take the damn MOTB. But you know what I'm referring to, man. Don't be doing illegal shit and getting yourself locked up. Alright, it says, "Presumptuous are they, self-willed." You don't want to be a self-willed spirit. Do whatever you want to do, and don't give a damn of how it affects anybody else. You got to always use wisdom and counsel, man, with the brothers before you act on a situation where you know if you're going to be doing something that can get you in some serious trouble, don't do it, man. Control your spirit. You should know none of these brothers should be doing some shit to get your ass set up in jail. Okay, that's a self-willed spirit. It says they are not afraid to speak evil of dignities. You don't want to be a brother too that's not afraid to talk shit about their elders. It's not right. It says, "Whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not railing accusation against them before Yahweh." So the angels don't come to Yahweh backbiting and talking shit. They don't do that. They're going to come with a sound report. Okay, if we have a serious offense, they'll bring it up to Yahweh. That means you done did shit before you even get corrected. You know, you done did shit after you got corrected by the brothers, man, and you didn't take it. Now your accusation, if you did serious offenses, is going to be brought before Yahweh. Then you get judgment from him. But they don't just go to him for anything. Hell, the angels even intervene in some cases to try to steer you away from getting in trouble or anything happening to you. You know? So we got to operate how they operate. And you got brothers that are not moving in that type of spirit and they calling themselves a GMS, then they're going to be out of there, weeded out. You shouldn't be doing that, man. If you're thinking something, a brother did something to you might not like, okay, either you're going to let it go and just tell yourself, you know, that brother didn't mean it like that. And keep your peace and continue to be brotherly in love, or bring it up to the brother in person. And if it doesn't work, then go through the rest of the steps we read in Matthew 18. Don't get to the point to where you committed offense, obviously, and there's counsel, and you didn't take heed, and then you're told that you can no longer be a part of the camp, and then you want to backbite and murmur and slander. That's going to bring heavy judgment upon your soul and your head. So with that, Lord's will, us and edify. I'm going to close out and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, to us the truth and will well. Citations of your like pushing this truth, no honesty, sincerity. Shalom.